Hello everybody and welcome to Tim's Tech Tools. In this initial series of videos, I'd love to take a look at some of the tools that have been indispensable for me in the last 20 to 25 years of working on computers. Many of them are on Windows because that has been my primary operating system for the last 20 years easily, and many of these tools are freeware and also mostly open sourced as well, so they're easy to download, quick to install, and like I said, very indispensable. Now the first tool I'd like to take a look at is 7-zip. While that opens up, 7-zip is a zipping and unzipping tool which I think most modern operating systems have an inbuilt functionality for. However, 7-zip is something I find more stable and provides a lot more options, especially for some of us power users. As you can see here, you've got a version for most operating system. The old Windows, you've got portable versions, you've got Linux versions, and of course the Mac OS as well. I'm going to download the exe for 64-bit Windows because I'm on Windows 10 64-bit. Let's give it a minute. Obviously they're very small files. This is just 1.5 MB. Shouldn't take any space at all on your PC. Now, because this is an open source tool, many a times it will show you a pop-up for the unknown publisher because they are not digitally signed. I have had no issues with 7-zip for the last 24 years, and I have high faith in these executables from their official website. Yeah, and that's a single click. It's already installed. Let's close that, minimize that, and let's look at some of the choices it provides. If I go to my downloads folder, for this video I've got a few of the text files and a couple of image files just to show you what I usually use 7-zip for. So for some of you on Windows, you may be wondering, why do I need a third-party tool for this? You've got some text files here. Now typically, if you're just using the inbuilt functionality on Windows 10, you would just right click on whichever file you want to compress, go to send to, and then click on the compress zip folder. Yeah, I'm going to do that right here, and it's going to take the file name of the first file that you've selected and then create a zip file in that, but I'm going to just call it default.zip right now. So because these are text files and they're usually some of the easiest files to compress, we've gone all the way from 55 MB to a mere 3.91 MB. Yeah. Now let's see how we can do the same in 7-zip. 7-zip by default adds Windows Explorer extensions right here. All you gotta do is go down. You can either add to archive, which will show us a lot more options, but first let me use the simplest one, which is it's gonna take the name of the folder that you're working out of and then create a zip file out of that. So let's just go add downloads.zip. Voila, there it is. Now that's 3.87 MB and this is 3.91 MB. If you notice, there's already a very small difference in the compressed files. The one created by 7-zip is a little smaller because it does help you with better compression, and this is only in the default simple mode. Now if I select the same three files and go to 7-zip, add to archive, we will talk about the 7-zip format later, but if I select zip in the archive format, you have different compression levels. Now what happens if I select ultra, yeah, and just click OK. Let us see. All right. Now we're looking at 3.32 MB instead of the 3.91 MB that the default method created. Let's do one more thing now. Let's right click and instead create a 7z file. Now 7Z happens to be the proprietary compression format of 7-zip. It's the original format, and that's actually slightly larger than the ultra zip file that we created. Now if I create a 7-zip file with ultra compression, once again, this is once again going to take a lot longer time than the previous compressions, but if you notice, the ultra compression of the 7-zip format, the 7Z format, is a lot faster than the zip format. So if you're doing just compression for your own archival and storage, I highly recommend using the 7Z format. And there we go, it's 3 MB. That's much smaller than all the other zip files that we've created so far. So for this and many reasons, I highly recommend 7-zip, and perhaps at a later date we can take a deep dive at all the other choices that 7-zip provides, and maybe do a full tutorial on it. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow with a different tool. Everybody have a good day.